Hello, Beez Bladers. Welcome back and welcome newcomers to the channel. I have a fun video to do for you guys and gals today. It's going to be two crazy blades for $27. You guys and gals totally love these budget knives. You know, I love the budget knives, the beater knives. Like this one right here, this one cost $25 and you really loved it. If you haven't seen this video and you want to see all about this knife, I'll put a linky-doo up there, and every knife that you see in this video, I'll have in the description if you want to go check it out. But this is the EF936. This one is fun, but let's get to these two. This is the Eafengrow EF915. Would you look at it? Just look at it. This is going to be a fun video because I'm not going to get super technical and go into all the stuff that I normally do. I mean, I'll show you a flash of the specs and all that good stuff, but I'm just going to show you two fun knives that only cost like $26.99 at the time of this video's posting. And these are the ones that you can beat on, you can mess around with, you can try your mods, all that fun stuff, practice taking them apart, and it's not gonna, you know, rob your wallet that bad. So there's this knife all the way around. This one you can get in black, dark green, or this jade right here, which the jade you can dye in any color you want. But take a look at those lines. Those are really cool. You ready to see this blade? Pow, right in the kisser. Look at that. Would y'all look at it? This is knives like this that are big chunkers, that are hefty blades like this, are just fun to me. They make me just want to go cut stuff. But before I get ahead of myself, let's go from one side to the other and get a good look at it and show you what it looks like. So it has this coating. I'm not sure what this coating is, but I really like those horizontal lines. Those look good. And we'll check out the function of this big old thumb hole. And there's your pivot. And you can see that these G10 scales are contoured. And let's see if I can give you a little bit of texture vision. It's very difficult to give you texture vision on jade, but yeah, you can kind of see it. It's kind of smooth right here. You can feel it on the edges, but it's not that grippy. Gripness, I'd say from 1 to 10 is about a 2, 2.5, 3. I mean, you don't slide like you do with aluminum, but going all the way down, you can see a little bit of the contour, and you can see that contouring and the texturing a lot better on the two other colors. And there's your big lanyard hole. And no backspacer, nice clean design. You can see it's nice and milled out on the inside. Would you look at it? If you hold it up to the light on the other side, you can see straight through it. On this side, they do have the big EF. I wish it would be smaller and somewhere else. I don't like a bunch of what do you call that, billboarding on the blade. Now, as far as the sharpening choil, the choil is the plunge grind. So you actually might not get much of a smile because you're going to be, it's a very abrupt plunge grind. So that's not going to be too bad. And I don't think you're going to be worried about that with the $26, $27 knife. And here's this side of the blade. All you have is the D2, and it is wicked looking. I mean, that is a wicked looking blade. Now for your pocket clip, you have a deep carry, right side, tip up only. It's not reversible, and there's not much room in there. You see there? You don't have much clearance. You have a couple mushrooms growing in the shade, and it's sitting on top of the G10. So it's definitely one that's going to catch your pocket. So that may or may not be a concern for you, depending on what kind of pants you wear. But that is definitely something to keep in mind. It is a very sturdy bendy pocket clip, but it will definitely work. Here is a quick look at your specs as I have them. I took these. And, I call it a recurve Tonto. You can see it's 3.81 inches for your total blade length, 3.71 sharpened, and it does weigh 5.61 ounces. It is a hefty one. Definitely a hefty one. And look at that, 34 thousandths behind the edge. So this is not a slicer. This is going to be a work knife. There's all your measurements that you might want, your bearings. The bearings are definitely steel ball bearings. And there you go. We looked at the fit. Let's check out we looked at the finish. Let's check out the fit. So left and right, nothing. Up and down, nothing. So it is very solid. And what's our lockup? Lockup is, I'd say about 55%. So it's just about past halfway. Let's see if it'll cut paper right out of the box. Oh, not too shabby. Oh, there we go. If you hold it at the right angle, boy, it's slicey. Okay, so we're good on the edge. Let's check out the action and the ergos. So do it just a push button. Pow, right in the kisser. Ooh, boy, I kind of like the looks of that blade. The pass-through's not too shabby. We'll do it a couple more times. How about the light switch? Pow! Okay, so before I tell you about the pass-through, let me see how it is left-handed. Left-handed is good. I wonder if I can reverse flick this left-handed. Yes! All right, okay. All right, we're in business. Left-handed, if I can reverse flick it left-handed, you probably can too. Maybe, depends, I don't know, it depends. Depends on the person. Ooh, yeah, it has a nice strong detent. And, you know, I haven't done anything to it. I haven't oiled it. It could probably use a couple drops of KPL knife pivot lube. But yeah, it's pretty good. Now, as far as your pass-through, it doesn't have a lot. There's just a little bit. Now, I'm not having to dig, and it's comfortable. The jimping right there is not sharp. And by the way, speaking of jimping, your flipper tab does not have jimping, and the flipper tab is two-toned also. That's very different. So the whole back side of the blade is black, then it's silver, and then it goes to black. Very, very interesting. But it works. It definitely works. I didn't find my finger slipping off of it, but this one right here, compared to some of the ones you're used to seeing me show on here, I do have to commit and put my thumb in there to unlock it. So that's something to keep in mind. I mean, it's not uncomfortable whatsoever. You're going to be able to do a nice slow roll. That's easy. You know, can I thumb flick this? No, it doesn't really work that well. I think the detent's too strong right now. That detent's holding it in. Maybe once it breaks in, you'll be able to pop it out with your thumb. But for right now, not so much. So the ergos, my hand from here to here is 4 inches. From here to here is 3.5. From the bottom of my palm to the tip of my middle finger is 7.25. And let's see how it looks in the hand. I have handle for days. And do I have hot spots? Not really. No, it's actually very comfortable. It's pretty comfortable in the hand. And in the classic grip, let me back out here just a tad. There we go. In the classic grip, my thumb falls right in there. There is no jimping, but that's pretty comfortable. And reverse grip, reverse. Yeah, look at that. Handle for days. You know, some folks do this, you know, when they're opening bags of things or pokey stuff. But yeah, it's pretty comfortable. I have to say, for 26 bucks, $27 for a beater knife, that's not too bad. Look at that. Thick blade stock and very, very pointy. Whoo, boy, is that pointy. But it's a good utilitarian blade, and it's not the thinnest, it's not the thickest. So you tell me what you think about it. Let's go to the next one. This is the EF924. And while I'm thinking about it, all of the 900 series that I've seen tested by Love Them Knives turned out to be true D2. And these are both 900 series. I know for sure he tested this one, and it was true D2. So look at it. Just look at it. And you know what? I really like the feel of this. This G10 almost feels like rubberized. It's very grippy. Oh, so grippy. But there's this side, and look at that big swedge we're getting ready to see, going all the way around before I get ahead of myself. Same thing, stainless steel ball bearings in the pivot, and nice and contoured. The no sharp edges that I'm feeling. I mean, I can feel them, but we'll check that out here in a minute. Big old jimps on the back. It's dicky. It's the big jimping on this one. Same pocket clip. I'm not a fan of that pocket clip at all. I don't mind it being deep carry. And, you know, not so much that it's not reversible, but that is just not much room at all unless you have thin pockets. So that would be my takeaway. You know, nitpick, definitely. A big nitpick for both of these. And let's check it out. Pow! Right in the kisser. Is that not a crazy blade? I mean, what do you even call that? The wave? It has a big old recurve. I can see the uses out of both of these, and I'll tell you what I think about them here in just a minute. I could definitely see the uses. Now, this one has some jimping. Oh, okay. Good jimping. It's not as small as I prefer, but it's grippy. We'll check that out here in just a second. But taking a look, has really nice lines. Very clean looking, has the same big billboarding that needs to get up here in the corner, be a lot smaller. And look at that swedge. Wow. So it's kind of like a recurved clip point upswept. I don't even know for sure what you would call this. I mean, I did label it. You'll see that here in just a second. But it is a wicked blade and very, very pointy. Let's check out the sharpness real quick. And what's it gonna do? Ooh, yeah. Very nice. It's cutting nice and clean. It's cutting very well down in the belly and also right here in the belly and also in the recurve. Now these come in black, desert tan, and jade, and they're also the same price, $26.99, I believe. But these are some fun knives. Let's check it out. Solid left and right, solid up and down, no blade play. And what's our lockup? Lockup's right there in the middle around the 50% mark. And is it centered? Yes, it is centered. And here's the EF915. it is also centered. So we're good on the centering, good on the fit, good on the finish. They have a nice finish, and I'll give you a little bit of texture vision. This one definitely has more texture, not a lot, but it definitely is a little more grippy. There you go. Can you see it? Can you see it? Now, I did the same thing with this one. There you go. It's 5.21 ounces. And you know what? I called it crazy recurve. I didn't know what else to call it. But there's your specs. As you guys and gals know, I get all my specs on my own. I measure them all like 50 bajillion times. And there you go. It's tip up right side only. T8 pivot screw, T6 body screws. But you can always slow this down and check it out if you want to. Well, check out the action and ergos real quick on this one, and then I'm going to show you some size comparisons so you can get a really good idea of how big or small these knives actually are compared to some other ones you might have. So, doing the old push button, ooh, pow, right in the kisser. So this one, okay, I have to get past that detent. The detent's about right there. It's not too bad. It definitely, I guarantee that this would work a lot better if I took it apart. I'm not going to take the time today, but it is not dropping shut. It could probably use a couple drops of that stuff right there, KPL original. You regulars already know. I have links and it's in the description and 10% off and all that fun stuff. And left-handed, pow. Now, the pass-through is not too shabby. This blade is really tight. This has a better pass-through than the 915. It's easy. I do have to put some pressure. So, I mean, these are work knives. And before I get any further, let's get to this. My hand from here to here is 4 inches. You already know, 3.5, 7 1/4, and oh, wow, that is contour. Look at that. My hand just melts right around it. That is actually very comfortable. My thumb just like, boop, you know, look at the poon. You got some serious poon on that blade. Some harpoon action. And yes, that works very well. That jimping is very nice. Very good jimping on there. And your classic grip, look at that. No hot spots whatsoever. And of course, there's not a hot spot because that pocket clip isn't sticking out very far. But that's comfortable. You have an upswept blade. And you know, the tip isn't really much higher than the pivot. So this one, right along with this one even more so, is going to be really good for doing your utility cuts. But we'll do comparisons here in just a second. It's very comfortable. It's easy to use. It's, man, they both, Eafengrow, however you say it, their knives are definitely made to work and not abuse. I'm not going to say that word, but you know what I'm saying. They are meant to do some serious stuff and not worry about what happens. Let's zip through these real quick. Here's the Spyderco Paramilitary 2 and the Spyderco Tenacious. You know I love my Tenacious. I love all my knives for one reason or another. But yeah, these are definitely full. Ooh, boy, that's pokey. But these are full-size knives, big handles, you know, even extra large hands. You're not going to have any problem with these. Here's the PF949 by Petrified Fish and the Kubi Darkness. Ooh, the Darkness. The Darkness has a wicked blade too. And you know, a video just wouldn't be right without me putting up the QSP Penguin. Ooh, look at that. So if you have a Penguin, you now know these aren't messing around. Size-wise, they are big boys and they are beefy. Here's the KIZER LAN. Look at that. Yeah, they are, I'm telling you, they just scream, you know, open bags of concrete or something. Here's the Kubi KU322, which is a large size knife. And then here's the Honey Badger Warren Cleaver. Cleaver! Leave it to Cleaver. And last but not least, let's put up here the EF936. So these are 3 crazy blades you can get for 25 or 27 bucks they're fun. They work, they serve their purpose. You know, the pocket clips, that's probably the only thing that I would even gripe about if I was going to gripe. This one, you know, your plunge grind ends right where the blade sharpening is. So, but you're not going to be worried about your sharpening toil or getting a smile when you sharpen, when you have a work knife like this. And something else, look at this. Look at the blade stock on these knives. Woo-hoo, boy, they are hefty. But I'm curious. Tell me, what do you think about them? And if you don't have an opinion and you're just here because you're having your coffee with Beez in the morning or your tea or you're listening while you're driving, you know, just tell me what you think. If not, you don't have to say anything about the knives. Just say hello. Tell me how you're doing today. I hope you're having a fantastic day. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. And if you enjoy my content, give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe and all that fun stuff. But until I see you again, or see you in the live streams, or see you in the chats, Remember, live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.